is take 2 on a video I did this morning about why people are afraid of the word hypnosis. I totally get it. Hypnosis is kind of a scary concept. I mean, when you think of it, a lot of times you think of people being influenced to do things that they don't really want to do. Not being in control, so to speak. Doing things that they may be embarrassed about later. Or doing things that maybe they don't even morally agree with. Now, most of the time this does not occur because the parts of you that are governing your morality and the things that you view as values are in the really deep parts of your subconscious mind. And you're not going to give up your control that easily once you've been programmed to believe that something is right or wrong from a very young age. That's in a very deep part of your subconscious mind. But we have heard stories of mind control experiments. We have heard those stories of the Italian hypnotist who convinced a bank teller to turn over money against her will or conscious choice. So we do know that the possibility exists of somebody possibly being influenced to do something that they wouldn't normally want to do or choose to do. So that means, yes, hypnosis might not be a good thing in those certain circumstances. But here's the thing, I hate to break it to you, it's a pretty big news flash. You've been being hypnotized your whole life, ever since the day you were born. If you think about it, we're born and our minds are just little sponges. Everything goes into it completely unquestioned. And there's no conflict with most of this. We learn how to crawl and walk and eat and tie our shoes. And we learn that 2 + 2 is 4. We learn our colors. We get a little older, we learn to drive. We learn that green means go and red means stop. And all of this is just fine. There's no conflict with learning in this way, but the truth is nevertheless that we simply absorb it like a sponge, agreeing with what we've been told the way things are. And the way of learning is truly a hypnotic experience, more than not. I never did a whole lot of research to decide to figure out if Christopher Columbus is the one who truly discovered America in 1492. I learned it in history. I accepted it. I didn't have a reason to really question it. So in my mind, that is a fact. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It probably is, but there's a lot of things that we're taught in history that certainly aren't the way that they were presented. Cowboys and Indians wasn't really a terribly accurate depiction of what went on in our history in America. So much of what we learn is through hypnosis. What would mean that we're learning in a way that's other than hypnosis? Well, that would be through logical deduction, analytical thought, really looking at something, doing our homework and deciding, do I believe this is true based on the facts that I have found? Maybe if I compare Christianity with Islam and Buddhism, do my homework, and I consciously make a choice of which one I feel works best for me or is best suited for me. That would be consciously choosing what we learn and accept. But probably at least 90% of what we learn is simply learned hypnotically. We just see it, hear it, are told it, witness it, experience it, and we learn by osmosis from our parents, our teachers, our pastors, television, a lot of programming going on there. And this is all teaching us hypnotically. This may sound a little disturbing to you to think that you aren't as in control of your choices, your thoughts, and your feelings as you would like to think that you are. But look at all the conflict. I mean, clearly people who are very pro-Democrat and there's others who are very pro-Republican. They're very set in their beliefs. And a lot of times we're influenced by the people that we're around or the way that we were raised. I mean, if we grew up with a factory worker parent, we may be very pro-union, and that was the culture in our family. The same way that we learn the culture of boys wear pants and girls wear dresses, boys wear blue and girls wear pink. Maybe our culture says women stay home with the kids. The man goes out to earn the money. Unions are right. However, if we go up in the factory owner's home, We may grow up to think that unions are bad because they're trying to take from us what is rightfully ours or take advantage or something. So most of what we learn is in reference, we hear something, there's a lot of emotion around it, we see how it affects our family personally, and it all gets woven together in this tapestry to become our belief. So why are people scared of hypnosis? The very implication is that you are not in control, that you are being given thoughts that are not your own. You are being told to think or believe or act in a way that's not truly in your control. Maybe it's time to wake up and realize that a lot of what we think and the way we feel and act is not in our control. So how can hypnosis actually help you to be more in control? Well, I think it's because when you show up to a hypnotherapist, you finally reach that point where maybe you are not happy with the results in your life. Maybe you realize that things, the way that you were taught, or the way you've been living your life, and the knee-jerk reaction isn't the way you want to continue, or isn't the only possibility, or doesn't feel good for you. So you go to get help from somebody who can help you consciously construct what it is that you want to experience and what feels right for you. So together you hammer out what goals it is that you want, the beliefs you have subconsciously that are holding you back from that, and then you can consciously make the choice of what you do want to believe and use hypnosis, which is simply the way that the mind works and learns, to get those beliefs down into the subconscious mind where they're going to be useful and a lot more powerful than your conscious beliefs. So really when you go to a hypnotherapist, rather than going into hypnosis, you're using de-hypnosis. You've been hypnotized your whole life. Hypnotherapy allows you to de-hypnotize yourself, to reprogram your mind with the beliefs that you find useful, that you consciously choose, and live your life in a more self-directed, self-empowering, controlled way. That's my take on it. Feel free to agree or disagree, but it's worth exploring. Perhaps I hope that I've piqued your interest, and I hope that you have a great day. Until next time, ciao.